Congratulations, you are a trillionaire, the richest human being to ever live. You have more money than 4 Jeff Bezoses combined. If you spent $1 million every single day, you wouldn't go broke for another 2,700 years. Buying the entire Bugatti company takes 0.2% of your net worth. It's the equivalent of someone making $100,000 a year buying a jacket. You buy a Boeing 747 and gut it into a flying house. You buy an island in the South Pacific, but everyone knows you have it. Your face is on every screen in every country. Outside your building right now, hundreds of people are staring up at your window. Some have signs, some have cameras. Your ability to safely exist in a normal public space is gone. Getting coffee from your usual spot now requires 45 minutes of advance notice. You bring a 12-operator security detail. When you finally walk inside, the entire shop goes dead silent. The barista's hands are shaking. Someone in the corner is secretly filming you. Absolute wealth creates a friction you cannot outrun. You find yourself seeking a controlled environment simply to exist without being a public spectacle. Your current apartment is swarming with paparazzi, so you buy a massive compound, 14 acres hidden behind walls and iron gates. It has a guardhouse manned around the clock and its own private road. $200 million. Easy. This network map shows what it takes to run a place that size. Housekeepers, groundskeepers, 2 private chefs on rotation. You hire a property manager, drivers, and an IT staff just to run the security systems. Within a month, 63 people work at your house. You are completely secure. Everything runs like a machine, but you can't leave without an armed motorcade. You have traded your autonomy for a lifestyle that must be scheduled in blocks of time. To manage a life of this scale, you have to build an impenetrable perimeter. You have effectively automated your own seclusion. Nobody warns you that $1 trillion makes money faster than you can spend it. Even sitting in the most boring investments on Earth, your net worth grows by tens of millions every single day. You wake up richer than when you fell asleep, without lifting a finger. You are now the deepest pocket on Earth, and people will use every available tool to take your money. In the first 6 months, an old partner claims you shorted him, and a stranger in Arizona says you promised her $10 million. Your legal budget crosses $40 million a year. You settle the cases because fighting them in public costs more than writing a check. $1 million here, $2 million there. But every settlement gets reported, and every report invites 5 more lawsuits. The financial gravity distorts the people you already know. You invite your old college roommate over for the weekend. The guy who used to argue with you about politics and movies now agrees with everything you say. He laughs at jokes that aren't funny. He never pushes back. The wealth has stripped away the friction that used to define your friendships. When everyone agrees with you just to stay in your orbit, honest conversation disappears. You try to build a new romantic connection. You meet someone sharp and funny, and she doesn't mention the money. But then she casually drops the first name of your private pilot. You realize she looked you up. A question sneaks into your head. Does she like you, or does she like the access? 2 weeks later, a tabloid runs photos of the 2 of you at dinner. Someone at the restaurant sold you out. Now her face, her job, and her apartment building are everywhere. Strangers send her threatening messages. You erased her normal, anonymous life just by sitting across from her. The leaks get worse. Somebody from your past sells a harmless joke you made at a dorm party 15 years ago. Stripped of context, it makes you look like a monster. Your PR team estimates the friend who sold it made about $250,000. Your crisis PR team gives you their standard advice. Do not respond. Responding only makes the story bigger. So you sit in your office behind 7 screens and silently watch someone sell your old life. You no longer have the right to a private past. Your personal history and intimate relationships have become lucrative public commodities. You discover your brother is behind on his mortgage and his car needs work. You send him a few $1 million that afternoon. He doesn't call to say thank you. Months later, you fly the whole family out for a holiday dinner on your 747. Your brother sits at the far end of the table and talks to everyone but you. When you try to catch his eye, he stares at his plate. Your mother is caught in the middle, helpless. The paranoia follows you inside the safe house. Your security team discovers someone on your staff is feeding information to a gossip column. They track the metadata on a leaked photo to a specific window in the East Wing. It's Linda, the housekeeper. The firing is entirely clinical. A man in a suit escorts her off the property on a Wednesday morning. She gets into a car, the gate closes, and her replacement is hired by Friday. The house keeps humming like a machine. The innermost circle of trust has completely collapsed. The money hasn't just isolated you from strangers. It has created a gap between you and your family that you can't close with a conversation. It's 3 a.m. You're awake. You get out of bed and walk through the dead silent compound. You pass the 60-seat theater. It's completely dark. The only sound is a security camera adjusting to track your movement. You walk outside and stand barefoot on the wet grass. You look up. It's the exact same sky, the exact same stars you used to stare at when you were broke and couldn't pay rent. The stars haven't moved an inch. Everything underneath them has. Outside the gates, over 60 people arrive in shifts. They maintain a pool you've used 3 times, and a tennis court you've never touched. They run an entire ecosystem, all to serve one solitary occupant. The physical walls intended to secure your life have done their job perfectly. They have created a space where your wealth is safe and you are entirely alone.